Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Today, Man United 0, Newcastle 0. United dropping 2 points at home. But the problem is United did not play well, despite struggling to get a goal in the 93rd minute against Omanaya on Thursday. Today, a lot of fans are quite disappointed at the performance through the midfield up to the attack. Joining me today from UK is Vimor, the analyst. Vimor, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Also joining me from UK is Kenneth. How are
Hey,
you,
guys.
Kenneth?
I'm very well.
Joining us from Houston Red Army, representing Houston Red Army, is Andrew. Andrew, welcome to the show, mate. It's gone.
Thank you, man.
All right, now let's jump right into it. Man United 0, Newcastle 0. Andrew, being your first time making your debut on the show, let's get right to it. What did you think of United's performance today? I mean, how bad was it or how good was it? If I should throw the word, how good was it?
Mixed feelings, quite honestly. Mixed feelings. I thought that we would have learned a thing or two from the last meeting in Ammonia, but we just seemed to not be able to break a low block. The passes, I mean, some people or some players, did pretty well today. I mean, the game wasn't bad generally, but we just seemed to struggle with the low block and just putting the ball at the back of the net.
Right. Kenneth, how did you see the game? Kenneth, you there? Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I can see Kenny.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. It was very frustrating, but I don't think we played that badly, to be honest. It's just the final third. I think we're missing a striker. That's all it is. We just need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. The creativity wasn't there, but that would come. That would come. I'm not concerned about that because I think that would come with the number of games we play. And let's not forget, this is Ten Hag's first season as well.
Yeah, I think people are being harsh on him.
Yeah, it's his first season, and he's done a lot. He's actually done all right. He's doing all right from based on what what he actually inherited and the players he's got at the moment.
Right.
I mean, we have people like Fred. I mean, come on, you're not going to create a lot. We missed what's his name, Ericsson a lot today. Massive. It was a huge loss because he can, when the game's tight and the team are tight and compact, he can step forward. And he gives that creativity from deep as well. Right. So we can't miss that. Yeah.
Right. Vimor.
Yeah, it's a frustrating game. Frustrating, not as frustrating as the Omania Nicosia game. Could never score. Yes, we didn't get any goals in this game, but we've assembled a good squad. We've got some good, decent quality players in that squad, but I just think we're still struggling to get into that third and fourth gear. I feel that there is, although we have width in our game, we do use our wide players. I don't think the wide players are producing enough. I don't think
so too.
I'd like to see. Anthony's great at taking players on and he's good at possession, but his crosses are not getting over the first man. A lot of the times they're sometimes overhit, underhit, too low, easily intercepted. Sancho is more of a dribbler, tries to dribble his way into the box. Luke Shaw, has been battling with Malaysia. Malaysia is absolutely awful going forward, but he's an excellent defender. With Luke Shaw, I'm not seeing enough crosses coming into the box, especially today anyway. And Delo, he's a tough battler. But again, there is no whipping that ball in. If you see Liverpool, the way they play, City, the way they play, they whip that ball in. Striker and the second striker or number 10's in that box to try and get a header, to try and get something from that cross. And we don't produce enough crosses.
Right. There was something you said about getting a striker. Kenneth said about getting a striker. But if the striker is not getting service, are we not back to square one? In reference to strikers, I thought with creative players like you just said, Vimo, creative players like Anthony and Sancho, the delivery to the ball is actually poor. Bruno doesn't. Yeah. Bruno's still too erratic for me. He just gets the ball and just starts shooting.
I don't think Bruno's a problem now. Bruno had a bad season under Oli and Ralph Ragnick, but I don't think he's a problem. I think the problem is the width. What we produce from the width. we are not getting enough service into that box. So if Ronaldo was in a different team where you're getting 10, 15 crosses in per quarter,
Yeah.
he's going to score.
Right.
How many balls come into Ronaldo's head or thereabouts around that 12-yard box? Hardly anything.
None.
And so with him, it's a numbers game. You've got to get him the ball for him to have a go. You know, he'll produce something. He's usually on target when the ball comes to him. And he's hardly getting anything. And then he gets subbed off. Rashford has the perfect opportunity to score and he heads it wide. If that was Ronaldo, that would have been a goal.
We all know Rashford is not the best. Him and Martial, they're not the best headers of the ball.
Yeah.
They're not.
And I think Rashford and Ronaldo being on for that last portion of the game would have been a better move.
Yes, and taking Sancho or Anthony off. I would have brought in Elanga.
Yeah.
I would have brought on Elanga today. That game was trying for someone to just. He might not be as technically skillful as Anthony or Rashford. Or Sancho, but he's.
But you need someone to create the space.
Yeah, they didn't have that today. So I thought that. What did you guys think of the defense today? Andrew, what did you think of the defense?
As always, exceptional. That combination of Martinez. What we need is consistency, and Martinez has given that to us on game in, game out. And the partnership with him and Varane is exceptional. Can't say anything more than that. Being able to, when we're looking at Fred's issue,
First off, he was dreadful.
He was dreadful. We could literally have taken Martinez and played in that position. He would have played comfortably in that position if he had to. But I don't want that to be a trend of having to move players around in certain positions. But that's eventually how Ten Hag would want to play going forward. But just going back to Vince's statement about Bruno, I slightly disagree a little bit. I think Bruno is becoming a problem, in my opinion. 18 months ago, we were comparing him to the likes of, Kevin De Bruyne and the rest of them. I think he still has that counter-attacking style play in him. He still, and as you mentioned, he's not composed a bit. He will pull off a Waldy, trust me. He is great. And this would have been the perfect game for him because the last 3 games, he hasn't been that creative in his movement with the ball in that number 10 role. And if he continues like this, it's going to be a problem for us. We need someone that would be able to find the players and create that chance. Even though there's a lack of movement in the front 3, we still need that number 10 to be able to pick out that player.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been doing it for the last 2-3 games now.
I think he's just having a bad case of form.
But he's been struggling for. I honestly think he's been struggling for a while, and
we've
kind of been patching him, and
but we
plays his way back to form, and he hasn't.
Yeah, but you saw him in the first season how amazing he was.
You're trying to impress. You're trying to impress your new employer.
No, but I think that's his level.
Right.
I honestly believe that's his level. That's the quality. There's little
kind of.
Yeah, but he's got that intelligence about him, that football intelligence. He gets frustrated too much, and I think that does affect his play. But I think that once we get him back to his best, I think he'll be okay. I think he's just gone through so much bad form and so much frustration with this team, what Oli has done to this football club. We're still having to undo a lot of that mess. I think we'll see a good Bruno soon, hopefully.
If you saw, the Omonia game, he was poor. He's erratic. His pass is erratic. He shoots. He's on a scale of 1. These last 2 games, but add the 2 games together, last Thursday and today, he's getting no more than a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, he's been.
But you put him in that trio with Casemiro and Eriksen. I think you'll start to see a better Bruno. I think we have to give him some time. He's had a tough couple of years with this club. He's been with us rock bottom. When we've been an absolutely shite club. With a
so how much more time should he be given because he's been struggling? Kenneth,
I don't know.
There. Kenneth, all right, let's proceed. So as we said, the defense 100% they did their job today. I have a question. De Gea's distribution.
Awful. Oh, absolutely awful.
Bimo, tell me about the Gea's distribution today.
So Ajax do the same thing. I was watching them the other day. the left defender takes the ball, puts it on the corner of the 12-yard box, and then he passes it to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper then distributes. And usually with Ajax, they build up their play like that. De Gea cannot get it out of that first third. He does the most stupidest passes I've ever seen. He gives
Fred,
the ball to
imagine that,
Fred
and we've seen that
when
happen
Fred
in the
is
past.
pressured by 3 players. He did it to Eriksen a while ago, and then they scored. Eriksen said, "Why the hell are you giving me the ball? I'm running to you to take a player away to create space behind me. You should be kicking it over me." De Gea just doesn't understand how to play the game like that, and I don't think that we should force it. I think we should just let him play how he plays, because I don't think he's going to learn this anytime soon. At 31 years old, I don't know how long we're going to keep him for. I just don't see him playing out from the back. His distribution is absolutely awful.
Right.
Awful.
Andrew, what if we got the get distribution today?
Well, I wouldn't be. Well, as Vin said, yes, there are some cases where, like the Fred incident, he shouldn't have passed that ball to him.
You know, he's done that in the past, and we've conceded goals.
And we conceded, and it was to Fred.
Yeah,
I think it was last season.
Yeah.
So, but I did see some improvement in De Gea, right? Coming out from his box, anticipating that cross over the defenders, clearing it quickly. You know, you see our defense is almost to the halfway line, and the job of the Ten Hag type of goalkeeper would be get out to the 18-yard that line and be able to sweep off anything that comes across. He's from, we all know him as a top
shot stopper.
Yeah. He's adapting his game, and I think with time it'll come. But the only positive is the fact that he's been able to come out and anticipate that cross, which is a step. Now, the next step would be, how do you improve your distribution, right? And I think he'll get there. I mean, if he really wants that new contract, he has to step it up.
The thing is, Ten Hag's quite stubborn in his ways. He doesn't change his style of play. With Ajax, he played the same way. Distribution from the back starts with the defender and the goalkeeper. So he needs to improve. Like, as you say, Andrew, he needs to learn that. Otherwise, I don't know if he's going to get renewal, especially at 375k a week.
Exactly. So with his new contract, it's going to be expected to move to 400, kind of, isn't it?
No, why he doesn't deserve to. We can
So
get.
You think they're going to extend him on the same pay? I doubt it, bro.
Well, I don't see why he should get more. I don't see why. I think we've already broken that pay scale. Why should we go even
the
higher?
highest paid goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, well, why do we need to go any higher? Why does he need more money than that? If he wants to play for the club, he should stay for that or less.
You tell me why footballers want more money
Well,
these days.
Who needs 375 grand a week? What the hell are you going to do with that money?
It's just like you asked Mbappe what Mbappe do, 750,000 euros a week, mate.
Yeah, because he wants to be the poster boy for PSG. That's what he wants.
Right. Let's move forward up the pitch. So, did Ronaldo? What people are saying? Oh, we're having debates now. What could Ronaldo have done differently today, Andrew?
Absolutely nothing. There wasn't any service. His movement, I mean, you can tell that he's, always taking the team a little bit backward, right? He's always trying to play. You need to be ahead of the defense. You need to be, right at that 18 year, but he's nowhere to be found in some cases. And he's just trying so hard to pull the players together. I also noticed that there isn't any, sense of urgency when that no one's pressing as a unit. It's either he goes and then Bruno steps in, and Bruno kind of plays very close to him. He should kind of step back a little bit.
Right.
He has lost a yard of pace, that's for sure.
Right.
And it comes with age, and he's forcing it. And that's not to take away. I mean, hats off to him. He's accomplished everything there is in football. I would say, just this should be his last season. I mean, with us, if he's going to ever stay with us till at the end of January, this should be his last. We need something new. Martial would have been the perfect person, but he just can't stay fit.
No.
But what do we do? Do we adapt our play to suit Ronaldo's style of play? But you know, it's a lot to digest at this point. I don't know what Ten Hag will do going forward, but we really need him to get back in form, at least the type of form that we saw from last season.
Right. But if we see, this one thing I talked about with Son this week. Most of the balls when he was scoring balls, because he scored 2 hat-tricks against Norwich and City, and out of those hat-tricks there are 2 corner kicks delivered by Telles. Telles' delivery is slightly better than everyone currently in United
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
And we are missing that delivery that flows into the penalty box, that line there, where he's able to leap. But Anthony, I want to give him benefit that as he's just started. I get it, but his delivery is overhit, underhit. Sancho, we've just confirmed he's not a crosser. He's not a crosser, and that is one like, wow, what was the point? Why were we chasing the right winger all that time when he's not going to cross the ball for you? Waste of money. Personally, I think 2 seasons now, I don't think he's living up to expectation. I think he's, in my opinion, I think he's overrated. In my opinion, because I expected just a bit more.
Who's overrated?
Sancho.
Sancho, yeah. He's a bit of a trickster, but sometimes his end product is missing. You know, I feel that he should. He can drift into the box. He's got good skills. He can dribble well, but I don't see him whipping balls in. And you know, as you're talking about Telles, what he does is he hits the ball at full tilt, a lot of pace, and whips the ball in. Exactly what
like
Trent
the way
does.
Beckham bends them. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got to really
come on, pass the fucking ball.
You got to. Which game are you watching?
From what you see to Liverpool.
City Liverpool.
You also have to understand that.
Liverpool just had a
he
3-on-1 situation and they fucked it up. I'm sorry.
You want Liverpool to win? Okay, so basically those corners you have to hit it hard and whip that ball in.
Yeah.
And Telles was the guy to do that.
Okay.
And
look at
Ronaldo thrives off
Bruno's
that.
corner kicks.
Bruno doesn't have enough power.
Oh, look at
He's got skinny legs. He's got skinny legs. He's a little dude. He ain't
Joe,
got enough
welcome
power.
to the show. Joining us is Andrew, Houston Red Army. You know Vim, Kenneth in UK.
And this game is quite heated, huh?
Right. So Joe,
Joe,
what did you see? What was your take on this game?
Yeah, defense definitely helped us out today. It was starting to look like one of those smash and grab type deals. Especially in when what's his name hit the goalpost like twice. I'm like, man, it's looking like one of them. But yeah, definitely defense stayed strong. Midfield was non-existent. Fred was a complete buzzkill to every set of like it's
you
almost
think he
as if he
improved
was
in the second half?
I think he improved a little bit in the second half, but not enough. Like I just don't know why he was there. I know we're pretty light when it comes to the midfield because I don't know whatever Fred was missing. I don't think Scott McTominay could have brought that for us. You know what I mean? So I see McTominay coming in and doing the same exact thing Fred was doing. So I can't 100% say maybe it might have been Scott should have played or it was Ten Hag's fault. He probably didn't have a choice, you know. But you know, taking out Ronaldo, I think that might have been a little bit problematic because clearly it was Sancho, though he wasn't getting any service. It's weird because it doesn't feel like it feels like they're being told to do that because both of our wingers are checking in all the time. Both of them. We're trying to feed the ball down the middle, right? I don't know why we're forcing it. It seems like that's what we're trying to do. Progress the ball down the middle. Like I didn't see us having any kind of conviction on the outside. Our fullbacks weren't bombing, overlapping like they should. It's almost as if that was by design. If that was by design,
you bring up an excellent point.
That was a fault that was definitely a fault by Ten Hag. I don't understand why did we replace Dalot with why did we replace Wan-Bissaka with Dalot? Because of his what he can give us moving forward. The reason why Luke Shaw is in the lineup right now, because you know he's the type of player that you would expect for him to move forward a bit more and deliver crosses. Like, what are we doing? We've been thirsty for wingers, speedy wingers that are technical. You know, why aren't our wingers being put in one-on-one situations, but you know that they can beat people? Sancho and Anthony, are able to beat people one-on-one. But every chance I see, they're always checking back to feed the ball down the middle again.
That is what Paul Scholes said this week. He said Anthony's a one-trick pony that every time he gets the ball, he passes it back to Delo, then tries to run and try and shoot from there. And I see his point.
I think they've been told to do that.
They've
been told to keep possession.
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes talks a lot of rubbish most of the time. Guys, let's think about this. Yeah, let's just say we beat a man, or we beat the last man, the fullback. Right. Who are we crossing to? Someone answer the question. Who are we crossing to?
It doesn't necessarily have to be like a cross, but once you beat that man, right? You either are gonna pull their center back towards you, right? Or you can cut the ball back.
We did that in the game. How many times did we cut the ball back? How many Rashford came in, cut the ball back? What happened?
Fred. That was
exactly
that was the only chance.
We had the chances, guys. Today's game, I'd say, is because we don't have a strike. Ronaldo's done, as far as I'm concerned, completely finished. I think the other guy, I can't remember what's his name again. Is it Andrew? Basically said that he drags the team back, and that's true. When you actually did you realize that? Funny enough, when Rashford came up, he was staying up front. Ronaldo was always coming back to get the ball. He's always coming back to get the ball, and he doesn't keep to that centre forward position between the two centre backs, looking to stretch a line. Why? Because he doesn't have the pace to do it anymore. And that's why he does not play.
I did see him in between the defenders a few of the times, but the problem with Ronaldo is he kept going offside. He kept going offside, and he doesn't run back onside.
He's lost a lot of pace. He can't keep up with the pace of the defenders. Did you guys notice that one chance that Dalot had? I think it was sometime around the 89th minute, where he squared the ball. He should have just shot right there.
Yeah, he should shoot.
Yeah, he should have.
I mean, I just feel that he's been overplayed, right?
I think that, but that with Wan-Bissaka injured and Brandon Williams both injured, but there's another option. Lindelof could go to the right.
I'm not buying that.
Please don't do that. Please don't talk about Lindelof on the right.
Keep Lindelof off the pitch, man. Keep him off the pitch.
Because that's the only option of if you want to rest Dalot, because Dalot's been overplayed now. I think he needs time out as well. He needs a break.
Yeah, the problem is there's no one else. There's no one else though.
Then play Wan-Bissaka for the Europa Leagues then.
He's
injured.
Yeah.
Who else have we got on the right? No one else.
Williams.
Nobody.
Oh.
Well, Maguire and Brandon Williams, they're good buddies. They can help each other out.
Right. We're gonna quickly run into the player ratings. Just give me a scale out of 1 to 10 what you think about each player. We're just gonna run through this. I'm gonna start with De Gea, Vimo.
Because of his distribution, I would probably give him a 5.
Joe.
Yeah. Clean sheet, man. Come on. Give this man his flowers. 7.
And it's because it's his 500th game as
well.
Why
are we looking for De Gea to help us score goals? Come on, man. Why are we looking for De Gea for that? Look at our squad.
Yeah,
just distribution, man.
Too much distribution's yeah.
That's not his game, though. It's never been his game.
I know, but it has to be his game now. That ETH.
Yeah, De Gea would never give you distribution. That's not his game. So that's why I think Ten Hag's looking for a new goalkeeper. But based on today's game, I'll probably give him a 6.
All right, Andrew.
I'll give him a 6. Clean sheet, steady Eddie did his job. If it would have been a whole different game if that Joe Linton's goal had got in, but
they hit the post twice back to back.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Luke Shaw, still with Andrew. Luke Shaw.
5, I guess. Nothing. Yeah.
All right. Kenneth, Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw, he was steady. Give him a 6 as well. Yeah, nothing special. Just over the line, 6. Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, steady Eddie. About 6. Solid at the back. Clean sheet.
Vim.
Yeah, I give him credit.
I'm going to speed this up for you. Okay, I'm just going to do the whole defense in one go. I'm going to give Varane and Martinez a 7, and I'm going to give Luke Shaw and Delo a 6. Because there's so much more I want to talk about.
Okay. Right. We're going to the midfield. Andrew, Fred.
First half, 2. second half 4.5.
Joe,
Yeah, overall meeting in the middle, 4 total.
Kenneth,
Yeah, Fred, I'll give a 4. Just not good
Oh,
enough.
come on.
Quality wise, absolutely shocking. He's not, you can see why McTominay starts. Everyone goes, oh, but he's Brazilian. At least McTominay will give
He's
you
a fake Brazilian.
Exact fake Brazilian. At least McTominay will get, if he gets in the box, he's more likely to score or get you something. I'm not saying McTominay is good enough, but Fred's just all over the place. This was his opportunity to stake a solid claim for that position, and as we saw on Thursday, wasn't good enough. Today as well, yeah, 4.
Joe.
Who?
No, Vim, Fred.
Yeah, I already did.
Fred is a 2 for me. I mean, I don't know when his contract's coming up to end, but they should not renew it. They should not renew it.
No.
We've got much better players in our squad, much better players in our youth team.
Okay.
I wanted to see in place of him. He gets the
Vim,
ball, he gives it away, he flusters too much. He can't even make a straight pass sometimes. A simple
While we're
pass.
still with Vim, Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno. I like Bruno, but he does get very frustrated and very emotional. I give him a 5 today. Casemiro, I'd give it the same.
Joe.
Same,
Bruno.
5. I don't think it was good enough today. The
Kenneth.
engine is out of control.
Bruno, yeah, he did try, huffed and puffed. I'll give him a 6. He did try, yeah, creative wise or creative. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, it's just something that Bruno needs to work on. His creativity needs to improve a lot. The thing about Bruno, if when he scores, it looks good, but when he doesn't score, he's terrible. So yeah, I'll give him a 6.
When he produces those Hollywood passes, occasionally they're also quite good, but they're too few. You want to see more.
If he doesn't score, there's nothing.
Oh, he's waiting for Rashford to run in behind so he can hit those passes.
Yeah, true.
So Andrew, what you give Bruno?
I'll give Bruno a 5.
5. While you're there, Casemiro.
6.
Kenneth.
Casemiro, I'll give a 7. The reason I'm going to give him a 7 is because he grafted the midfield. Because at one point, I think Newcastle realized that they're in for a game, because first half they were kind of, without Casemiro in that midfield, I believe we would have lost the game. He's that good. A lot of people don't see what he does, but he brings a lot of stability to that midfield, and he created the best chance of the game.
That pass was perfect. Perfect.
Outside of the foot, round the defenders, or literally just begging to hit the target.
Yep.
And Rashford misses it. So yeah, his quality, it's good defensively, but going forward is very good as well. So I'll give him a 7.
Joe.
Cass, give him a good 6, solid 6.
All right, we'll go to the front line.
Good performance.
I want to just say one thing about Casemiro, though. I like him as a player. He's solid. He's a good tackler. But I want to start to see that do that role on his own now. Just do it alone with Varane and Martinez behind him. I don't want Fred or McTominay next to him. I want him to be that deep playing CDM. So then you can unleash 2 creative in midfield. I want to see it go in that direction. I'm tired of seeing Fred or McTominay next to him.
Right.
I think
we would have seen that today.
Because you got to realize Ten Hag's still getting used to the Premier League.
Yeah,
playing with one DM at the moment, and the team's void of confidence as well, especially what happened last season. So once we build confidence and we get to a point where we're playing and winning games consistently, we can look to change it. Because if we play one DM away at home or even away from home, we will get absolutely annihilated. Don't forget, Casemiro is good, but he's not as athletic as he should be.
Yeah, no. But for so long, we've been watching our formation with 2 CDMs. And now we've got a proper CDM.
We couldn't get one of them to do.
Yeah, but we've got Martinez and Varane now, which is an amazing partnership. And you've got 2 fullbacks who are hopefully going to cut in and support them. I think we can, Itesh is just going to take that risk and go with 1 CDM now and unleash the 2 creative midfields, whoever they may be. Just rotate that around and get some youth in there.
Okay. Right. Forward lines. Vim. Sancho.
Yeah, he's a good baller, he's a good dribbler, but not enough end product for me. You know, he does. Yes, he creates something on Thursday, but I just feel that he needs to step it up a little bit more. I want him to start whipping that ball in. I want him. I don't see him pressing as well. He just stands off the player and lets him have the ball.
That's
You know, I want him to show some aggression, try to win that ball back. I think he's a little bit soft like that. He's like twinkle toes. You know, he's all about the dribbling and you know, dancing with the ball and, you know, trying to get into that box. But I just feel end product is really missing. You know, Anthony on the flip side is more aggressive. You see a bit more fire with him. I want to see the same thing from Sancho. See that aggression and fire.
So giving him.
I'm giving him a 5.5.
After all that, Joe.
He's an enabler.
Joe.
Sancho today for me gets a 4. I didn't. Your job as a winger, I did not see that today. So you get a 4. Yeah.
Kenneth.
Yeah, Sancho. Is one of those players that really frustrates. But I think can we play him in the number 10 position?
No.
Because the reason I'm saying this is because
for sure.
he's good on the ball. He's at the moment. I don't actually see him as a winger. He's not playing.
I don't either. I don't see him as a winger.
He's
either.
not a winger. So let's give him a chance in that number 10 position. Why can't Bruno get a rest? For one game or a couple of games? Let's try something else in that creative. Because he's someone that can get the ball and live.
Wouldn't Eric's? If
he
Bruno's
did the same with
when
Haaland was in. When he was at Dortmund with Haaland, a lot of balls, like a lot of through balls, came from that number 10 position to Haaland to finish. Yeah. So
do you not think he dilly-dallies on the ball too much as well, Sancho?
I think
as a number 10, you've got to be quick and fast and distribute very quickly. Because you're going to get hunted down by your midfield. You're going to get hunted down by defense very quickly. So you've got to think very fast, look up where's the players, make those incisive passes. I don't think that's him. I think he just wants to dribble and dance around with the ball a lot.
Yeah, so I'll give him today. Based on today's game, I'll give him a 4.
Okay, Andrew.
Not to mention, I don't think he's physically strong enough too.
No, he's not.
Because you would imagine he would be going up against like a defensive midfielder. Do you
Yeah.
see
He's
Sancho
not
getting
enough,
around? He's not strong enough. You know,
And then
like,
you get brushed aside by Dan Burn and others. He's gonna just wither away.
We need to rest Bruno. Then there's only like Eriksen that I see that can replace Bruno.
Very true. Very true.
He would be much better at that position.
Yeah, and the key thing about Eriksen is that he gets the ball, one touch, looks up, ping.
And he's
Sancho doesn't do that.
And even Casemiro does that too. They don't dilly-dally on the ball. But
no, they don't.
Take like 2-3 touches before he passes the ball. I mean, for Sancho today, I'll just go 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
While I'm with you, what about Anthony?
Anthony, 3 games, 3 goals, 1 off game. I'll give him a 6.
Kenneth.
To Anthony, I'll give a 7 because he was the only player that I saw that basically tried to take players on. Yes, crosses weren't coming up, but again, who's there? Who's there to head the ball in? I know Ronaldo was there a few times, and the cross was either overhit, yes, or underhit. Yeah, but in terms of like he absolutely skinned. He tore Dan Burn to shreds, or is it Shaw? I can't remember the left back. He skinned him so many times. But the problem is when he gets to the byline, he needs to be decisive.
Yes.
He needs to be decisive, and he needs to try to work on his right foot. I know Ten Hag was working on I think he was working on players that didn't know how to use their left foot. He needs to work on his right foot because sometimes you can't, you've got to use your right foot and whip it around the fullback. You can't keep cutting in and whipping in diagonal balls.
Exactly.
It gets a bit predictable.
Exactly. The word predictable. They started to know that a lot today.
Yeah, he will get to the byline, cut in. So, but in terms of being a constant threat, I think Newcastle were petrified. I'll give him a 7. Yeah,
Joe.
He did well.
I'll give him a 6, but I don't think that might have been his fault. I think he's just being coached to play that way.
Yeah.
I agree with Kenny, actually. I think he was probably the only real threat in that team on that right-hand side. But yeah, he needs to become more multifunctional. Not only just attack that space through dribbling, but getting in some decent crosses from either foot, get to the byline, whip the ball back in. You want to make him. The team has to be surprised that they have to think like, well, what's this guy going to do? Is he always going to cut in on his left? If he is, then he's predictable. You want to make he has to have that element of surprise, which he hasn't got yet. But he's far more effective than Sancho on the opposite side. So yeah, definitely the most attacking player in that game. And he's always looking for Ronaldo. Although Ronaldo's lost his bit of form and lost his pace, he's always looking for him. So I feel there's something developing there, and I believe that with Ronaldo, you got to get the ball into him a lot more.
I think he looks for Ronaldo too much.
But then if that's the centre forward,
he is that focal point.
You're supposed to look for.
If I was a right winger, or a left winger, I'm looking for my striker.
That's
always.
Yes,
so while we're with Vim,
yes, but while you're looking for your striker, you should also play the best play, right? And a lot of times Ronaldo is not the best option, and he's forcing plays to Ronaldo, where Ronaldo lacks the speed to compensate, or he'll miss an opportunity. But there are times when, and I see this a lot sometimes with this team, people picking not the best option. This is something that I see separate from the teams that are better than us. It's never just feed it to the main guy or the name is the best play. That's why in some of the other teams, they're not just scoring from their strikers. They're not just scoring from their forwards. A lot of times, if a midfielder pushes forward, you just got to go with the best look, man. And sometimes the best player, you'll get the ball back. You just got to shift the defense a little bit without going with the obvious,
predictable one. Right.
So Ten Hag did make a statement earlier that he wants the goals to come from all players in the squad, not just the front. Right. He wants everyone to chip in, defenders, everyone needs to score.
That's how it used to be.
And I feel that after watching these last few games, in fact, for the whole season, I think the decision making is lacking. I don't think they really know what to do, and so they play safe by just keeping the ball, passing it from left to right, right to left,
especially in the final third.
Like today,
we will round up this one quickly.
Yeah, right, so today we're just passing the ball right outside the box for endless periods of time, and we need to be more incisive. Yeah.
Vim, Ronaldo.
I mean, the debate's out on Ronaldo. Okay, I think yes, he's 37 years old, but we whip in 20 balls into that box. I think he's going to get a goal.
All right. So what are you giving him on a scale of 1 to 10?
Today, I'd probably give him a 6, 5.5. He bugged me because he just kept staying offside. He kind of like almost is a little bit like Bruno, gets a bit emotional. The ball doesn't come in, so he just, straddles back in onside. But he's then missed a chance. He did it against on Thursday as well. He just takes his time to get back onside. And he's been caught in the offside trap again today. He needs to be a little bit less emotional, stay on side, and just stay with the program, man. And yes, I could see he was really pissed off being subbed off. I don't think he should have. We should have had both Rashford and him on. Right. So 5.5.
Joe.
5.5 for me too. But
Kenneth?
He wasn't getting that much service.
I'll give him a 4. I'll give him a 4 because I think his career at United is officially done. I can't see. I know it's hard to say, and a lot of people keep thinking, "Oh, it's Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo." He's not gonna. In this Ten Hag team, you need a young, athletic, vibrant, fast-paced striker to work with this team. So I'll give him a 4.
The thing is, we're stuck with him now until at least January or end of the season. So with the amount of money that he's getting, I think we just have to make use of him best as we can.
I mean, we have to, but we can't expect him to score week in, week out.
No, but we're stuck with him now. Like we're stuck with Fred.
Okay, are you there? You need to show us your face.
I'm just gonna keep it even 5.
5. While you're there, Rashford.
I mean, I would say 6.5.
Okay.
He came in, he did his job. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give Rashford a 4. Glorious chance. I mean, Casemiro put that
Oh, no,
cross
play.
is-
Let's
my-
not,
just hit-
see, I think we're punishing him for this. I mean, we all know that Rashford is, I mean, when I saw it, I knew it wasn't going to go in. I just knew it. I anticipated the goal. I was like, if Ronaldo was there, if there was any, even Marshall can't even head the ball.
No, none of them.
I'm not going to go too hard on him unless you want to put him in a heading class or something.
Yeah, but Andrew, all he had to do was hit the target.
He doesn't score with headers.
The ball was so good that literally just the keeper was already going one way. The technique's there, and the thing about Rashford, he's got the leap as well. Just hit the target and we win the game. Everyone goes goes smiling. But yeah, and that's the thing. He'll always let you down in moments like that.
Hey,
He'll always let you down.
But you keep in mind, he's a big game player. He's always pulled off a worldie in many games.
He huffs and puffs.
I think because just because certain individuals make that look easy, that does not mean that looks easy. That pass from that distance and that pace. I mean, just because Ronaldo makes it look easy, Ronaldo can't be the standard for everyone. I mean, especially
bro, you're playing for Manchester United Football Club. This is the level. It's the levels. Yeah, you're playing for Manchester United Football Club. You're fighting for that number 9 shirt. You know.
I don't think.
And there's plenty of time to practice.
Yeah,
your headers.
So Rooney
was tasked to go and score more goals with his headers, and he did it in a year. And he came out next season banged in loads of goals with his head. So why is Rashford still? Why is he still hasn't learned to head the ball?
I don't think they practice it. I don't think they practice crosses.
They do.
I don't think they practice.
Well, I don't know what they do in training, but if you want to become,
because they don't try it in the game. I don't see it enough of the game for them to feel comfortable
so
enough.
What's going on with training then? Are they not practicing? What the hell's happening? There's so many deficiencies in this team.
If that was something that we had in our locker, right, we are either just wasting it or we never had it to begin with. The fact that we have these fullbacks and these wingers that should be able to cross the ball, and how many crosses did we have this game, right? Like,
well, maybe they've been told not to cross. Do you think they've been told not to cross?
It looks like it, man.
But let's read the ratings. So, what did you give Rashford, Joe?
6.
Vimo?
4.7.
Kay, welcome to the show. Kay, what are you giving Rashford? You've missed the player rating.
5.
5. Right. The whole team performance today on a scale of 1 to 10. Vim, the whole team performance today.
4.8.
Joe.
Come on, we didn't even lose the game. Come on, man.
Come on, it's just,
give them at least a 5.
It's suffocating. The game is
5. I'm gonna give them a 5. I'm gonna give them a 5.5.
5.5.
Kenneth, we didn't lose the game, but
I'll actually give the team a 6.5. The performance wasn't too bad as a team. If you look at it in general, if we took our chances, we would have won the game. But then Newcastle had chances. But in general, I think I thought we kept the ball. We moved the ball well. You know, in certain moments. It's just the final third. Yeah, I think we didn't play too bad today. So yeah, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd give us a 6. I think a lot of fans are getting too carried away. Like, from where we've been on a good run. This is a very good Newcastle team.
Yeah, Eddie Howe turned this Newcastle team to something
else, mate. They drew with City
3-3.
Yeah, so they're not a joke. Like I think people are getting a bit too carried away. Like, it's a slow process. We're building in the right direction. We just need to be a bit more clinical, but it's a step in the right direction. We're keeping more clean sheets than ever.
So if phase 1 of ETH's plan is to control the game and be a more possession-based team, then he's probably achieved that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what's phase 2, phase 3? Then I think we have to start scoring more
We'll
goals.
do that after. Let's finish up. Andrew, team performance.
Yeah, I mean, 63% possession, 508 passes, 15 shots, 2 on target, 81% pass accuracy. Yeah, 6.
6. Right.
Yeah.
While you're there, Eric Ten Hag for his substitution, his selection, and his tactics today. What are you giving Eric Ten Hag?
Oh man, you're killing me with that now. Substitutions 4.
He only
Um,
made one sub, didn't he?
yeah, only one sub and the wrong sub, in my opinion. Overall team setup, I'll give him a 5. Because we didn't have any options, quite honestly. What was the third one again?
Tactics.
Tactics. Yeah, I mean it's the same as always. I'll give him a 5 as well. But I do want to say one more thing though. I'm sure it was you that mentioned it. Giving people a chance. I know that when he looks over the bench, there aren't any options. All you have is Palestri and Iqbal. But I think it's time that you throw them out there. Give them that opportunity. Having playing beside Casemiro will give them that uplift, that boost to, hey, I'm playing with stars. I got to perform. I got to
mix and
step
match
it up. Yeah. I think it's time he starts utilizing these kids. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Eric Ten Hag.
Well, rating out of 10, yeah?
Mhm.
I'd give him a 6.
Six.
Everyone's saying with the substitutions, I think he made the right sub. Like Rashford created 2 chances. He didn't take one. Fred missed one.
Yeah.
You were just unlucky it didn't work today. The last few games he's made subs. They've impacted the game and we've got the result. Today was just not to be. So I think the people are getting a bit too
Do you
carried
think?
away.
All right. If
I don't think it was the incoming; it was the outgoing.
Yeah.
The thing is, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Who? If you take off Rashford, who are you
Sancho.
taking off?
Sancho.
Sancho
Sancho was underperforming.
Sancho had an alright game. He had an alright game.
He's had a shit game.
Sancho was a 4. We just rated him a 4.
He was ineffective.
The thing is with Sancho, he needs overlapping runs. It's like Anthony. No one's overlapping them, so they're having to cut inside. And the thing is, we're trying to play like Man City used to play when they had a false 9. The thing is, they had the quality. They had players that could rotate the ball, keep the ball, make the right passes, right options. We're not at that level yet. So when we're getting the ball, and it's like it's not second nation. But for Man City, it's like bam, they know where it's going straight away. With us, it's like some players are hesitant. They'll take one touch, and it slows them.
You do realize that Ten Hag will definitely know that they're not making those runs. So
yeah.
Do you think that maybe he's told them to hold their width?
I think he has.
He's told them to hold the width, and I like the others were saying. I don't think he's told them to cross the ball because I think with Ronaldo, I don't think he's told them to cross it because Ronaldo, if you don't get the ball close enough to the 6-yard box and you cross it, Ronaldo's not quick enough. So if it doesn't stick, and it's not really been sticking for Ronaldo, I'll be honest.
And they don't even put any of the crosses in the air anyway.
Yeah, and I don't think the crossing's been great. Like Luke Shaw and Delors, they're not great crosses of the ball. So it makes no sense. I think we were just unlucky that Eriksen was ill, he had a bug, and he was forced to play Fred. So it was just unlucky. He was forced to make changes. McTominay was suspended, and it was just unlucky we didn't have enough on the bench. So I think he would have made more than one sub.
Kenneth, Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 because I can see what he's trying to do with the team. Like you can see there's patterns of play. You can see that there's a structure. There's a rhythm to the team. So I'll give him a 7. And don't forget, we could have lost this game, guys.
Yeah, when they hit the post back to back.
2 penalties and the 2 penalties.
If Newcastle went 1-0 up, it would have been a lot harder. We would have tried to get a goal and they would have counter-attacked us.
Yes.
I'll give him a 7. But the sub, I agree with the guys. The sub, he shouldn't have taken off Ronaldo. It's still Ronaldo, right? Yeah, the incoming is good, yes. Bring in Rashford, but I would have taken off Sancho
or Anthony. I would have taken one or two of them off.
Yeah, probably would have.
So who would you have put wide? Would you have put Rashford wide?
I'll put Rashford wide.
I'll put Rashford wide. Yeah, and
leave
Ronaldo in the middle, just in case, because anything that falls in there, you know he's gonna bang.
Yeah,
you got to remember. You got to remember. Ronaldo's not in form, is he?
He's not. That's what I'm saying. Before you joined, that's what I actually gave Ronaldo a 4.
Rashford can't play against low block teams.
Yeah, but
he doesn't have the skill.
True. So let's Joe, Eric Ten Hag.
Maybe 5.5, 6.
Oh, wow.
I know. That's only because of the substitution, the outgoing to me.
Right. Right. All right. Vim, last
Well,
question.
I mean, it's the reason I gave a low score for Man United as a whole is because of ETH. I love ETH. I think he's a great manager, but I think that he shouldn't have started Fred. He should let Casemiro do on his own and have someone have the defenders support him.
Who else?
Who would you put
Well,
in there?
I would have. I mean, seeing how Fred played in the beginning, it was just kept turning over the ball. He just
Well,
kept giving it away.
Bench, look at the bench. Who would you put in there? With
Yeah, I know. And apart from McTominay and Fred, like Ollie's favourites, there isn't anyone else there. So I would start with a younger squad member and get the others to help out and fill in midfield. I would try Zidane Akbel. I would try. I'm not sure about Pelestri just yet. Well, the thing is, he can keep the ball, and if you can keep the ball,
a game like that can make or break a player.
It can backfire. I know it can backfire, but I don't think Fred added any value to this game.
Right. Now that we finish the player rating, question time. Vimo, you got something to say, right?
Go
on.
Well, I would have obviously I would have taken off Sancho and brought off Rashford onto that left berth.
Taken off Sancho,
okay. Do you think that we should deploy different tactics for this game? Because from what I'm seeing, it's a possession-based style of football. Don't take too many risks. Don't, if you guys feel that they're not crossing for a reason or they've been told not to, do you think that's wrong? Do you think that we should start now changing up a little bit? Do you think we've got potential to take it to a different level now? Because I just feel that we're stuttering a little bit. We're in second, third gear.
Who wants to go first with that question?
No,
Andrew, go on.
Absolutely not. If anyone knows Ten Hag and the way he plays his game, trust the process, right? 70% possession is, over 20 shots on target. That's the Ammonia game. That's a typical Ten Hag type of game. And I wouldn't change it for the world. That's what we brought him on board. We expect these players as professionals to adapt. And if they're not ready, ship them out. It's that simple. Changing tactics or playing three at the back or, Now, the lone CDM, I can understand that, right? But no, I wouldn't want us to change our tactics.
Right. Anyone else? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Go, Joe.
These guys are not. I wouldn't change anything right now. One, I don't think the squad that we currently have, technically and mentally gifted enough to adopt newer styles of football, while we are barely holding on and trying to solidify one decent style. Let's get them to polish what we have now, right, and get the entire team set on how we're going to play the Ten Hag way. Then Ten Hag, through the transfer window, start getting more of the players that will be able to adopt that style. Let's not change anything. Stop mixing and matching. We can't be doing that anymore. Let's trust the process. Let's play Ten Hag ball.
There's a problem with that though, is that we might be running out of money. And so come next transfer window, if we can't buy that many players, I think we've just had our biggest transfer window just gone. I don't think we're going to have that next year. We're not going to have a lot to spend in January.
If we still have the same owners.
Yeah, and it looks like they don't want to leave. But if we're stuck with this same team and this team can't progress in their style of football, then this is what we're going to see for the next few years to come.
We're about to get rid of Greenwood's wages. We're about to get rid of Ronaldo's wages.
So
it'd be a single like-for-like replacement. So we get a striker in for Ronaldo. But do we still have a team that doesn't cross? Do we have fullbacks that don't overlap?
Let me ask you a question.
Is that are we stuck or do we need to progress?
I think
we still need a midfielder.
I think next season you'd see a much better Manchester United. There's a key cog missing at Manchester United, and that key cog is Frankie de Jong. That guy is so pivotal to the way. I know everyone you probably don't understand, but if you watch Ajax when de Jong was there, he's basically Ten Hag on the pitch. When you see Ten Hag, Frankie de Jong is actually Ten Hag.
So is he an attacking midfielder?
What he brings to the team,
he's everything, man. Everything starts from him.
Everything starts. What he brings to the team is that link, that creativity, like tempo. Like de Jong, I don't know if you guys have seen him at Barcelona. He knows when to speed it up. He knows when to slow it down. He knows when to play through. He knows when to. And
he's press resistant. He's press resistant.
Yeah. Ten Hag's dream would be Casemiro, De Jong, and Eriksen as a three-man.
So no
midfield.
Bruno.
Yeah, no Bruno. No, Bruno wouldn't. Bruno would struggle to get into that team, and then you get a proper centre forward that lightning quick, clinical. Someone like a Haaland, but obviously we can't get him. Someone like that in the middle, and then you have Rashford on the left or Martial, and then you have Anthony on the right. That would be really, really devastating.
What about Sancho? Do you think he would stay in this team? In
No, I
English
can't
is
see
ideal.
him starting not playing week in, week out. I think squad player at best. But if he's got, Ten Hag
He's on
knows
big
how to-
wages, man. He's on a lot of money.
on 300 something a week.
375 or something like that.
He'll keep his
Second
position. Yeah. That's what I think. So next season, if we get De Jong, we'll be much better.
And the problem is, De Jong still doesn't want to come to Manchester United. He wants to stay
That's
at Barca.
the problem.
So then what happens? We're stuck.
Yeah, I know.
Something needs to change. I don't know.
There's
Something needs to
players
change.
available, guys. It's not only De Jong. There's players that
Who
can
else?
do that. We
Who
just
else can
find
do
them.
that role?
Do you have anyone in mind?
Think of
But
anyone.
I'm just saying, like,
Jude
scouting,
Bellingham?
this is where the scouting comes in.
Yeah.
And Bellingham,
Yeah, that's true.
Bellingham would be better than De Jong for us. I personally think.
For us, but not for Ten Hag. Ten Hag will pick De Jong any day, any time.
100%,
Bellingham
Any day, any time. That's his brain.
Yeah. Because he's
young.
he's
That's why he's
constant,
obsessed about him.
But then
De Jong, I don't think De Jong will end up at United because of the price tag. You'll be looking at 100 and 150.
I think because he refused to come, they'll be like, you know what, you messed us about, you made us look silly. Why would we go back in for you again? That's what United used to do. We would come in for
I can see United going back in the summer. I can see United going back.
Yeah.
Just like the
De
Sancho deal.
Jong, you mean De Jong?
Yeah, I think United going back.
100% will be back in for him in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know where I read this. I think it was. I don't know where I read it, but there was this talk about United making a complaint to the La Liga with regards to the way Barcelona handled the deal and getting an agreement done, and then they kind of turned back on us. I don't know how true that is.
No, but Barca agreed the fee.
Yeah,
It was just the deferred wages. It was the deferred wages that was the big stumbling block.
But then
So De Jong stayed to get his deferred wages.
Has he gotten them now? No.
Yeah, they've done it. They've settled it.
They paid the deferred wages?
No, but he took a wage cut, and it's basically going to supplement the deferred wages, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
So come next year, is he going to be a free man then, free of Barcelona?
Why would he come to us?
Yeah.
Why would he come
I think we should. I get for everyone that loves De Jong, and it seems like that's what Ten Hag wants.
Romance.
But man, we got to let it go. We're really looking like that sad dude that once the lights come on at the club, it's like, bro, she's not feeling you, bro. Oh, man.
I agree.
Oh, man, come on, let's get in that Uber. Let's go, man. It's not your night. Not your night, bro.
They get the Uber and go home.
No, we sad right now, man. We're looking real sad right now.
Right. Anyone got any questions? Anyone got any more questions? Or any suggestions?
I'm going to ask you, do you think we're going to finish top 4, guys?
Ooh. Who wants to go first?
If in this current form,
if we don't get a striker in the mid-season transfer window, no, absolutely.
Yeah, or if in this current form, it's just all possession and no
result.
I think after the World Cup will be a great determinant of how far your team would go. I think if we look at last season, which teams made purchases in January, and Tottenham made purchases in January. They finished top 4. I think Chelsea did, or no. But yeah, we need to make sales.
Tottenham only did it because Arsenal capitulated. There's no way that
that's true.
Arsenal capitulated. That's why they did.
Arsenal,
Let me ask a question.
7 out of the last 9 or something.
Who thinks Arsenal are
but that's because Arsenal didn't make any purchases in January, did they? They didn't buy
it's just because they had a young squad.
They didn't
buy.
Are Arsenal officially in a title race?
They are, but they're not going to win it.
No.
They're not going to win it.
I would say Arsenal's officially in the top 4 race. I say Arsenal's officially in the top.
The top 4 race. So you don't think they're competing Man City with the title?
They ain't got enough.
No. No, they ain't got enough.
Vim,
You gotta remember,
hold on, guys. I'm gonna go
At
around.
this stage, they are in the title race. They are.
Right.
Whether they'll win it is another question. But they're 4 points ahead of City right now.
You're right.
They won't win it, but they're in the. It's like when Ollie was in the title race,
exactly.
and we finished 21 points behind.
And that was at Christmas.
Behind Man City. Yeah, we were still in the title race, but we finished 21 points behind Man City.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Arsenal in a title race. Can they win the EPL?
No chance. Come on.
Football. Remember, Leicester City.
It's the same
they
thing.
have one
It's the same
foot
one of those
in,
kind of
in
seasons,
the top
man.
4 race. They have 1 foot in there. No, I'm not too confident that they will win it, but they have a solid foot in the top 4 race.
Right. Okay.
They've got no chance. They've got no squad in depth. If Jesus gets injured or Saliba gets injured, that team changes massively. And you got to remember, we've not seen them lose a game and bounce back from it, really, apart from the United game. But,
but you got to see, to win titles, luck. Look at today. Lee's penalty. They missed it. They took 3 points. It's those little things that win titles. Those little things.
Yeah, you got to look at it.
Ollie was lucky as well.
Exactly. You got to look at it, Tim. Head to head, City versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
Who's going to crumble? They've been there and done it. This team ain't been. The only ones who've been there and done it in that Arsenal team are Zinchenko and Jesus. The rest of them, it's like look at United under Ollie. We had some winners. Then we had like Matic and Pogba and a few others, but you need a big squad who've been there and done it. City have been there and done it. Most of that team.
Yeah,
for me,
City's got so much debt. They have enough
experience
to give other teams like starters and elevate their team. And City still has 2 squads.
Yeah, exactly.
City still has 2 squads. If City's second squad was another team, they would be top 6. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Wow, that's deep. So they are in the title. They're in the top 4 race, but not in the title race. That's what you're saying, right?
Can I comment? It depends on what you mean by title race.
Are they fighting for the title with City? As in those
they
two?
They are fighting just like we were fighting when we finished 21 points behind City. It's the same thing. Even Liverpool are fighting for the title. Chelsea are fighting for the. We're fighting for the title. But are we gonna win it? No, we're not. We're just in a race. It's like when you start a race, everyone's got a chance.
Every chance. Yeah. So
we're not in the title race, right?
Yeah, we are, but we're not gonna be. We're probably
not gonna win it.
Finish, So that's all it is.
What did he say? You got to be in it to win it.
In it to win it.
Right. Next game is home to Spurs on Wednesday. I need a predicted score. It's gonna be hard. Vim, Spurs at home, Old Trafford, Wednesday.
I mean, if we score, we'll score 1 goal. We're just not getting any goals at the moment. So it's going to either be a draw. Mind you, Spurs are looking strong.
Yeah,
I don't know. They could get a win. We're not exactly. We're firing blanks at the moment. So,
Joe.
Like I said, I'm not giving any predictions that make any sense. Just so that's just the way I feel. So I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs.
Kenneth.
Get him off the call.
Kenneth.
Yeah, I can't see us losing that game because we've got Casemiro there, we've got Varane, we've got so that triangle there, of Casemiro, Martinez and Varane, it will make us solid at the back and make us make it difficult for people to score against us. Like Vim and the other guy said, the problem is going to be if we score. If we score first, I can see us winning the game. But if they score first, I think we'll struggle. I think the worst result we can get is a draw. So I'll probably say I'm gonna go 2-1 United. Come on.
Okay.
2-1 United. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll win 2-1. I think now that I think about it, Rashford is rested him for that game, and Eriksen was ill with a bug. If he's back, I think we will be fine. And then obviously Martial was doubtful. he'll probably be on the bench. McTominay will be back on the bench. I think we'll have a bit more options. So I think at home we'll be fine against Tottenham. And they'll come out at us, which is better for us.
Yeah, the teams that sit back, we find it hard to break. Like Omanaya and Newcastle. Newcastle did sit a bit deep, but Omanaya on Thursday had 9 people behind the ball.
This is we still don't know how to play against the.
No, we don't.
The thing is, Conte knows we can't beat low blocks, so he might purposely stay a low block.
I don't think he'll set up to not score.
But if he knows that he can beat us that way.
Well, they're doing well,
That's a good point.
Let me get Andrew's prediction. Andrew.
It's going to be a case of Italian defense, German attack. I don't see us losing that game. You know, as Vim said, you know, we're firing blanks, but at some point we're going to hit that target. We're just going to have that one game that is similar to last season. Oh, wow, I wish we had played this. I wish they kept this momentum or consistency throughout the season. But and we, you know, excuse my friend, but we do get our D's hard when we meet Spurs. So 2-0.
2-0. Oh, okay, that's very, very positive. Well, and I was hoping if we got a result today, we're going into the Spurs game positive, because on Saturday we have Chelsea away at the Bridge on Saturday. So it's some big games. These next 2 games will kind of define our season to a point.
Look, if we get 7 out of 9, I'm happy.
I haven't seen her like that. So we're all saying we could get a result against Spurs. No one said, apart from Joe, said we're going to lose 2-1, but we'll see how that goes. Any more questions? Any suggestions? Any thoughts?
No, but just someone to keep on the radar. This guy Dusan Vlahovic, you probably heard of him. Played 6'3" Serbian striker. Played in I think the Italian league, and then he went into Juventus. Apparently, he's unsettled. He's unhappy at Juventus. So potentially one that we could try and grab. Yeah, and he's voted best young player. He's quite young as well. Let me get his age.
Yeah, Arsenal were in for him.
I think that should have been the question. Who do you think should be our next targets, either in the January transfer window or a potential number?
I'd go for even Tony personally. He's proven in the league. He'd be happy to be on the bench. He won't be saying, I have to start.
And he probably won't cost as much as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the wages will be low.
That's what you would think. That's what you think.
Tony will be happy to come.
The thing is, does he have a release clause?
Go up when United go in for it.
Does he have a release clause?
There's no way you're paying more than 180,000 a week to Tony. No way you're paying.
Yeah, but what about the price to play Brentford? How much do they want for him?
40, 50 max. You're not paying more than that. They'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
He's a good striker.
Yeah, it's just whether they won't let him go in January because they want to.
Is he going to be able to fit? Can he handle the United pressure? Not everyone can handle
the thing.
Pressure.
That is the Tim. You just hit the nail on the head. Can he handle the United pressure?
United pressure is a lot. A lot of players crumble though.
Yeah,
true. But
ain't easy.
You got to remember, this guy was at Newcastle Academy before he was at Brentford. He looks hungry. He was at Newcastle. It didn't work out. He's gone up the leagues. We need players that want to fight, not players that are just comfortable. How many times have we gone for players that have been at the top and they just come for a big paycheck? And it's just like,
So you're trying to do the reverse, go for...
We need to go for hungry again, like we did with Rooney when he was 16, like we did with, what's his name? Ronaldo, like we did with...
I think, I mean, but remember, those were not under these guys' ownership. We were not under ownership like that. So it was easy to just look for a local, hungry, homegrown. And now we're looking to sell shirts.
When Ronaldo goes, that's what, 2 million a week, a month off the wages.
Right.
That's massive.
Yeah. We still got a lot of players on. Don't forget, we still have Bailly on loan. We have Telles on loan. We still have a lot of players still out there.
We've got what? Is it 8 players
out there?
I've got a year left on the contract.
All right, quick poll. How many people think? Quick poll. How many people? Of 6 of us. How many people think Ronaldo's going to go in January?
No chance.
No, I don't think he will. I don't think so.
Only Joe.
No.
No.
I think he'll see the season out.
Wait a minute. Did you see Did you see the way Ronaldo left the pitch today?
Exactly,
Yeah,
huffing
but-
and
yeah, but
puffing,
that is how
shaking
any
his
player
head.
would leave. Any
He's
player
always
would
been
leave
like
that.
that.
I'm
It's
not-
like, I bet he's going to speak to his
who-
camp saying, "Get me out of here."
Nah.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
tried that
but-
this summer. And how did that go? Look,
Yeah.
look who's willing to pay
Who's
his
gonna pay
wages?
that?
I think you just take a massive pay cut and just go.
United
Nah.
have got a fee. United
So,
say we want a fee.
Where's he
or you're
gone?
not going.
Where's he gone?
Where's
Go
he going?
back to Portugal. Go to
Who's
I
gonna
don't
pay
know.
the
Go to Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
Nah, he won't go. He
Ronaldo
won't
go
go there.
go to the World Cup. He ain't
Go
going
to America.
Nah, he ain't
People
going.
want him for his
Nah.
fame, man. They'll get their money
He
back with
wants
the shirt
another
sales.
year playing Champions League. He's not going to America yet. Or Dubai.
He won't go to
or-
America. Probably in his,
I don't
early
think
40s, he'll go to
is he
MLS.
good enough for Champions League anymore. I think it's just a
Yeah, he
delusion
can
now.
do a job. He can do a job.
It's a
If-
delusion
a
now.
good team that
let's
could put
not
balls in the box,
completely rule
yes.
him out. You know,
Huh?
let's not completely rule him out. I mean, he made, you know, it's just like the Maguire situation, right? We're here praising the defense. We need squad depth. We still need him regardless,
Yeah.
right? So where are we going to get a striker in January to replace him? It's impossible. And
That's
any-
what
any
Actually,
top
is,
striker-
yeah.
So-
any top
so-
striker-
So like with
Who's prepared to
Juventus,
sell a striker in January?
so Juventus's striker's not happy. What if we just did a swap?
I
What about
won't wanna go for
Osimhen?
someone like that.
Osimhen in Napoli. He
Osimhen
wants to
ain't
come
going
here.
nowhere.
with the
He ain't
Juventus
going
can't
nowhere.
afford him.
with the
They
way
can't
Two
he
afford
led
strikers going
Juventus-
each other each direction.
He
We're
won't
gonna
go
have
back
to
to
pay
Juventus.
at least 90 million for Osimhen. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Minimum.
he's one for the future. He's a young player. We can
We're
have
not
him
gonna,
for 10
we're not gonna
years.
spend that much on Osimhen.
I prefer. I kind of like this Dusan guy more than Osimhen. Osimhen's as much as I love him, fellow Nigeria all day, but his finish could
He's not
be
the-
better. I don't think
He's
his
not.
finish
He's
is
not.
good enough to be-
He's not a player that United will go for because he's not
Yeah.
marketable. You know, you got to remember we still got to make money marketing.
They
wise.
go sell shirts,
Oh
bro.
no, no,
When he,
oh, no!
if he
Don't get
bags
me
in,
wrong. Hey,
if he bags in 30 goals a season,
Listen. I got millions.
then
I got millions of jerseys that coming out of Nigeria. You just got to make them available. If you make those jerseys available, we will buy those jerseys. Stop playing.
Well, look
Don't
at
tell me
that.
no, no.
Look at
I
that.
know, yo, but and we were sweating Agallo, and he wasn't even really like this is awesome, man. This is our dude. Like we're gonna sell kits, man. Trust me.
How much did
United-
Napoli want for him?
United ain't paying over 100 million for a striker.
How
No
much did
way.
Napoli say he is worth?
about 100 million
He was
euros.
Not
about 80
happening.
million.
Not
about 3
gonna
years,
happen.
2 years ago.
Euros though, it's euros.
Which is still
Same
about
with
90
same what we
And
paid
then
for
wages.
Anthony.
What
Nah, they
wages
ain't gonna
will
do
we
that.
go?
And then we could break it down over 3 or 4 years.
But we'll have to sell to if we're gonna buy him, we have got to sell. There's
So we
no
sell
way
Ronaldo, we get, I don't know, 15 million for him and release all those wages.
that
There's,
you still
there's a
got-
deal that
United-
could be
United
done.
want more than
15 for
15.
Ronaldo, though. No one's going to
15
pay
million.
15 million. Yeah, no one's
You
going to
guys
pay
want more than
15
that.
for Ronaldo. 37.
Yeah.
We paid what, 21 million for him, didn't we? Or something
No.
like that. How much did we pay for him?
less than that. I think about
Less than
15.
that.
I think
Yeah.
15.
I thought it was close to 20 million. We'll get something for him, but it's just
And you
those
gotta
release
remember,
of wages.
He took a pay cut to come to United.
He did take a pay cut actually. He
Yeah.
did take a pay cut.
He ain't gonna
But at
take
the
a pay
same
cut to
time,
go there.
how many other players?
He's
can
already
United get?
offered himself at a lower wage to other clubs.
To other clubs, and they said
But
no.
that's because
So
of
where
fee, though.
they want
That was
yes,
because of a fee, though. That was because of a fee. If he's on a free transfer, then it's different.
And it's just exactly what Joe said, right? His attitude is what's moving him. A lot of clubs don't want to associate with him.
Mm.
You know, you're talking under your breath, walking out of the pitch, shaking your head. That doesn't look good. Doesn't look
It
good on
doesn't.
the team.
No, it
doesn't look
doesn't.
good on the manager, and certainly doesn't look good as a club.
But
Because
he's
the
always
club-
been that way. I
He's
don't
always
think
been like that.
He's never
always been
changed.
like
He does, even when they
Yeah,
put,
okay,
he gets
no.
pulled up for Portugal, he's
Wait,
still
it
doing
hasn't.
that.
But you
It
dare
hasn't
not
always
do
been
that
like
when
that. No. It
I've
hasn't
seen him do
always been
that.
like
I've
that.
seen him do
because
that.
before-
I've seen him
He's
do
always
that.
Well,
had
let me
that in soccer.
explain.
Even at Madrid, at his peak, when they put him up, he'd be
He's
upset.
done. Yeah.
Let me explain. It hasn't been always been like that because before when he used to do it, he still used to bang in goals. He's not that guy anymore. So we can't forgive that behavior like we used to. You banging the
still
goals, you can
Joe,
act a fool all you
He was
want.
still our highest goal scorer last year. He was still our
Last
highest
year.
goal scorer. So
Last
who's
year.
scoring our goals this year? We're not scoring many. So he can still command that. Like you're
See,
taking
but
me
the-
off, and I'm the guy
but the
that
thing
gets
is,
the goals.
I'm seeing a lot of the chances that he had last year, and he's not putting them through this
He's
year.
not putting
Yeah,
them
He had
away
half,
this year.
he had half the
But
chances.
he did-
but
he
he's
was
not
scoring
getting
with
as
half
many
chances last
chances
season.
though. He's not
He
getting as
didn't have
many
a
chances.
pre-season.
The
He's
preseason
not having as
showed it.
many chances though as last season. Why is that?
No. Last season, he wasn't even getting that many chances. He was just
wasn't
scoring
getting
out of
great
nothing.
saves. Yeah,
He was
out
scoring
nothing.
more or less scoring out of nothing. But this season he didn't have preseason, and that's obviously evident for everyone to see. You know,
I remember the Chelsea game.
All.
I remember the Chelsea game. Matty just looped the ball and he just went on a hit of volley.
yeah.
But we are not even doing that. We're not even doing the simple.
Well, I think all those things. I think because we're now playing with a structure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, last season it was just free for all.
Free freestyle.
Individual brilliance from Bruno or Rashford wasn't even his best. But hey, what's the status on Martial? Is he training now or?
He said it'll be a date for today, but he should be all right for next week.
I think he should be ready for Chelsea.
Wednesday.
I think he'll be ready for Chelsea.
He'll be ready for Chelsea, but they might not rush him back with a.
Yeah, because I really need him for that Chelsea game. I mean, last season Ronaldo banged in a hat trick over Spurs, right? So
you're looking for that on Wednesday?
Yeah.
I don't think Ronaldo will start.
I don't think he'll start.
I don't think he'll start.
I can't see him starting on Wednesday.
Someone has told me to ask you guys a question. Do you guys think Pogba is being missed at United as a ball carrier? Vim?
No. I don't think so.
Again, he's what?
Is Pogba being missed as the ball carrier? We
Yeah,
don't have a
100%.
ball carrier.
100%.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so. I don't think
No.
we miss Pogba, no.
No.
You don't agree?
No, not at all.
We don't miss
No.
Pogba, right?
No, I don't
because
think
he,
Joe.
a lot of the time he'll just get dispossessed. He'll carry it for too long. He holds onto it for too long.
Joe?
Because I mean, I feel like Bruno. The only person that I can say we can miss Pogba, if Pogba came in and played Bruno's position.
Bruno's bro, 100% high up the pitch.
He would, if he was playing higher up the pitch,
He'd be
I think
killing
he
it.
would be doing a better job than Bruno is right now.
Of course, yeah, that I agree with. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
to come back and
United
do what
are
he was
not
doing
missing
before,
Pogba, right?
No, because if he came back and do what he was doing before, which would be playing
Number
around
6.
Casemiro,
Yeah, you playing him as a
then
holding
no, that's
midfielder.
not what.
Kind
That's
of.
not what I want.
Is anyone here? Is anyone here missing Pogba? Okay.
I'm not.
I'm not missing him, but I'm just saying. I'm saying I would have loved to have seen him play
I
with
think about it from time
Casemiro
to
and
time.
Eriksen.
Right.
Because you got to remember, he was playing with McTominay and Fred, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
no
but
one's
the
gonna
good-
play
the
with them.
good-
Which is true. Which is
With
true.
Oli, with Oli as the manager as well. You're forgetting that.
I see K's point though. So as at this season, are United missing a Pogba player?
Yeah,
ball
100%.
carrier.
Yeah.
Who's the
Kenneth,
ball
you
carrier in
agree?
our team?
I would say no. I would say no because all the fetish stuff. I don't like those fetish stuff that he gets involved with, and I think that it does hamper the team. Whether you like.
Did you
it or
say
not.
fetish?
Yeah.
What fetish?
Remember all the stuff that he's been
His
to
brother's
witch
in that.
doctors and all that stuff.
Oh, God.
Yo,
Let me go to Andrew.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
we don't want Juju. We don't want Juju.
You know what I mean?
Andrew,
Yes.
do United miss Pogba, a ball carrier in this team?
No, not at all, in my
No.
opinion.
No.
I really don't. I mean, like Vim mentioned, he gets dispossessed really quickly.
Gives
Playing
away
up front.
penalties.
Yeah. When did he ever score a penalty? When did he score a penalty last for
He wasn't
United?
on penalties. He wasn't
Yeah.
on penalties.
And that was to
He
do with
used to be. Remember when he used to have that one?
Mourinho took him
Yeah.
off it. Remember?
Yeah,
Remember when to do the choo-choo train when he does the
Yeah.
step?
yeah. So
Right.
no,
But
Yeah.
Tim,
Gentlemen, is there anything else so we can round up?
Tim, remember I asked you about the ball carrier thing weeks ago, and I said, look at City,
Mm.
the players that can take players on and carry the ball. Look
Right.
at Liverpool that were dominating. In our team, we have got no one that can carry the ball and really beat a man consistently.
It's supposed to be the
That's
wingers.
what we're missing.
Sancho,
No,
and
but I'm saying
Anthony.
in the midfield. Look at Bernardo, he can beat a man. De Bruyne can beat a man. Foden can beat a man. Liverpool, you got what's his name? The people in the middle, they can beat a man. Fabinho, get the ball moved.
Yeah.
Bruno can't beat a man. Eriksen can't beat a man. Casemiro can, but that's not really his game. That's why we're struggling.
But I don't know. Does that suit the ETH style? I don't know if he plays like
So
that
does
through the
Dion
middle.
Frank
can do
Dion can Frank Dion do that?
He
Yeah,
can
he
beat
can.
a man.
Of course,
But if
yeah.
he's playing deep, you don't really want him to be doing that. We need someone high up the pitch that does that.
Right.
That's the problem. Look at Foden. He gets the ball, beats the man, lays it off. We haven't got that. Bruno gets the ball, turns, he has to pass it or force it because he hasn't got the pace. Sancho's
So
like who's
that
really
between
got
the
pace in our team?
wingers, kind of no.
No, but our wingers are not pacey wingers. Like Anthony's the only one
He's
that's
talking
got
about
pace.
a De Bruyne. I think Kate's talking about
Yeah.
a De
De
Bruyne.
Bruyne's kind
Yeah,
of
the
player.
A De
ball carrier.
Bruyne type player,
Yeah,
that
he's
can
a
get
ball
the ball
carrier.
from deep, drive.
Mm.
You know what thing he was doing to us. What's his name again? The £100 million guy. Grealish. What
Grealish,
Grealish
sorry,
was
Grealish,
doing.
yeah.
He killed us
Skillful.
with that ball carry.
Yeah.
Every time he picked the ball, he drove at United and we
vibes,
didn't
yeah.
know what to do.
Yeah.
And De Bruyne was doing the same. Like, we don't have anyone that can do that in the team.
Was
That's what's
Pogba in
killing
that
us.
category?
If he plays
He
higher up the
can
pitch,
do it, boy.
Not
I don't
consistent.
know.
You got to remember.
Pogba's worn you out, Kenneth. I can see.
Tim, you got to remember, in the old United team,
Mm.
McTominay and Fred, are they the sort of players that are going to...
Nah.
They were
No.
playing deep. They weren't making movements.
Because they had to
Eriksen
babysit the defense. That's why they were always so deep.
No, but you got to remember, Eriksen's a smart player. He makes space for others. He dictates play. Fred and McTominay couldn't even do that between the two of them.
Because they're not good enough.
They're not good
point.
enough. They're not good enough. Yeah,
That's my point. But Casemiro can do that. Eriksen can do that. So if he's got players that are got football IQ around him, he'd be playing high up the pitch. Imagine a Grealish in our team. Imagine a Grealish or Foden in our team. That's all I'm going to say to you.
Yeah. We will have more. Right, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure today. Unfortunately, it was a game. United dropped 2 home points. Hopefully, we could turn this game around against Spurs, which is a better organized team with Conte at the helm and Kane and Son on fire. We don't know, but you never know what United team is going to turn up on any given day. But from all of us, Andrew, thank you for making your debut today. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a great time. We hope to see you again.
Definitely.
Ken, thank you for joining us again today. I appreciate you, brother, from UK. Kay, thank you from UK for joining us. I know it's evening time. Vim, thank you for joining us from UK evening time. And our soul man from Houston Red Army, Joe, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We are getting there. You can always check us on Spotify on top of all the other social media platforms. From all of us, it's goodbye and good night. See you on Wednesday night. Take care,
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Take care.
having me.
Take care, guys.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.